the heart of Florida's great Northwest. It's radio. Indeed it is. This is Pat Crawford, hoping you'll stay with us for some great music and conversation here aboard our stage studio, located in historic Pensacola's beautiful Museum of Commerce. And what a fabulous audience we have tonight. You guys, I can't tell you enough, you are an audience made for radio. Beautiful, beautiful bunch of people. So glad you can be here tonight. We have a great show tonight. We have an old friend on the show with us tonight. We have some new folks as well, so I know you all are going to treat them right, because we already talked about that before the show started. But we're going to start out with a lady that I had the pleasure of meeting at the 38 Songwriters Festival back in January. Since the release of her 1998 debut album, The Falling Places, Edie Carey has been singing at festivals, colleges, and listening rooms across the United States, Canada, and Europe, performing along the likes of Emmylou Harris, Lyle Lovett, Brandi Carlile, and Sean Mullins. She's also been a featured artist on NPR's Mountain Stage and has received numerous awards, including the Kerrville New Folk Competition, Best Children's Album from the Independent Music Awards, Parents' Choice Gold Award, and #1 in fan voting at the Lilith Fair Chicago competition. She's also very active in supporting worthwhile causes like Planned Parenthood, the Women's March, and other social issues that we need a lot of that these days. She's currently touring promoting her recording Paper Rings, 8 Love Stories. Please welcome Edie Carey.
Now you never called me, but I remember when you called me, honey. I got a head so thick, pride on my tongue. Are you big enough to love me? I felt so hopeless, staring down the barrel of that light. You wouldn't recognize me, but I'm still that same girl running. I got a hotel pen, story in my head, and a little bit of money. The city's so crowded, I find myself alone most of the time. But I came here for a reason. No, the girls in our town, they don't understand that I love you and I'm leaving. If you let me go, maybe there's a chance. I wouldn't call it easy, but every day I cast these doubts out. I got a new silk dress, story in the paper, will I ever make you proud? I sleep so soundly, feel the sun creep across my bed. 'Cause I came here for a reason. No, the girls in our town, they don't understand. No, I love you and I'm leaving. If you let me go, maybe there's a chance. But my mother, she was a dancer, took off her red shoes. Please don't make me, please don't make me choose. 'Cause I can't there's a chance. Thank you. So I wrote that song, I don't know, 10 years ago now, maybe, before I had met my husband and before I became a mom. I'm a mother of advanced maternal age. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I'm almost 44. Music will do that to a person. But I had a health crisis that sort of made it so it seemed like it was very unlikely I would be able to be a mom at all. And I went to several doctors, and they were like, maybe just stick to the music thing. And I was very headstrong, and I kept plugging along and hoping that maybe we could make it happen. And I was told the only way that would happen was if we did in vitro fertilization, which is very expensive. It was about $16,000. And here's the crazy thing, people. We heard about a raffle where they were giving away an in vitro cycle in Glenview, Illinois, where I was living near Chicago at the time, and we won the baby at the raffle. What? Crazy town, right? We won the chance of a baby at the raffle. It's pretty amazing. So it made me feel like we were supposed to have a baby. And so I now have that little raffle win turned into my almost 6-year-old son, Luca. And I have a daughter, Emmy, who's almost 2. I wrote this song for Luca and put it on a Lullabies album a couple years ago. This is These Things. The weight of you inside my arms, your heavy head across my heart, your tiny fingers pointing at the stars. I never thought I'd have these things. That fuzzy spot in your silky hair when I rock you slowly in your favorite chair. I rarely ever sleep these days, and I don't even care. I never thought I'd have these things. Your love affair with that ceiling fan, when you ate that whole fistful of sand. I was never patient, but I think I finally am. I never thought I'd have these things. Your wide blue eyes above your big boy cup, your arms reaching out, Mama, pick me up. This endless, weightless, easy love. I never thought I'd have these things. This endless, weightless, easy love. I can't believe I have these things. Thank you. I'm hoping I can get you to sing on this song with me. This feels like a very participatory audience. Am I right? I'm right. Okay. So I'm not going to teach it to you. It's super simple. It's eminently singable. So just tear it up, Pensacola. You ready? All right. You'll know. I'll give you an awkward look. Sunlight in my window, landing on my pillow, making me open my sleepy eyes. a smile on, kisses like I've been gone, pulling me closer to your side. It's easy, this is your part, so easy, yeah, you're already singing, you're nailing it. Easy now, yeah, singing with me. It's easy, so easy, yeah. Easy now, beautiful. I used to get worked up over the small stuff. I would be up all night about it. I can't help laughing, and you know the sad thing is how I went on so long without it. It's easy, so easy, yeah. Easy now, yeah. Sing it again. It's easy, yeah. So easy, yeah. Easy now. All those years believing love meant someone's leaving. All those years believing if it's not hard, it's not the real thing. Look at this weather, it's only getting better. Remember that winter when the lake froze? Now I'm hoping in the high tide, floating in the twilight. I can't even do it with my eyes closed. It's easy, yeah, so easy, yeah. Easy now. I'm gonna make you sing it by yourselves. Be a wall of sound. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Easy now, yeah. One more time. It's easy, like breathing in and out. All those years believing if it's not hard, it's not the real thing. Thank you for singing, you guys. So appreciate it.
Thank you, Edie. Edie Carey, and she will be back with us in the second half of the program. The program is Radio Live. Support for this program comes from Synovus Bank, the bank of here, helping people turn their ideas into business realities. Information is available online at synovus.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. You know, I was really excited about this next group, and I mentioned the name, Tina and her pony, and I think the people that run this building said, well, you can't bring large animals into the museum. It can't happen. So they just didn't understand. Tina and her pony is Ohio native Tina Collins and Quetzal Jordan, who was born in Vancouver but raised in Tampa by her Guatemalan mother. Both Tina and Quetzal are classically trained musicians who first toured together as part of Over Under Yonder, a 5-piece band that played songs from Tina's debut album, Journey Onward. She composed most of the songs from that album while she was through hiking the Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia, no small feat. After that tour together, they spent 2 years holed up in the high desert town of Taos, New Mexico, making music and friends, and becoming one of the iconic artist colony's most beloved performing acts. They released their self-titled debut album in March of 2012. Their follow-up album, Champion, was released in 2017. Please welcome Tina and her pony.
Wanna sit in some coffee shop where no one knows my name. Write you love letters, honey. Listen to the pouring rain. Wanna sit in a little tea house in a faraway small town. Sip on the thought of your red ruby lips. Listen to the rain coming down. But I'm sitting in the hills of Telluride. Clouds are covering the sky. I'm cold and I'm alone. Why don't come home, come on home. Ever since you left me, darling, walk around town so blue. The only thing that'll cure me, darling, is to have love you. The song is a love letter, baby, and I'm writing it just for you, to tell you that I love you. Love you, darling, true. But I'm sitting in the hills of Telluride. Clouds are covering the sky. I'm cold and I'm alone. Why don't you come home? Come on home.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. This is a really cool space. I have to say, for all of you guys in TV land, this isn't actually outside. We're inside of a building. This is very cool. Thank you so much for everybody who makes this possible. Really incredible to be here. So, yeah. So this is Tina. I'm gonna explain our name just right off the bat because I know y'all are just like, why?
I see no pony. Where's the pony?
Well, we've done our best with our hair to try and to emulate. But so I named the band in 2010. I was just, listening to our music. I was doing a stream of consciousness. I was like, really zen, and like I had my incense going. And I was thinking about just ponies while I was listening to our tunes. And I was like, I can't stop thinking about ponies. And I was like, Tina, we have to put ponies in here somehow. And she already had her album out, with her name. And I was like, well, it has to have Tina in it too. And then I was like, I wanted to make a story. I wanted to make a story about it so people could remember and be like, oh yeah, Tina and her pony. Yes, they're friends. They're wild. They're free. They're tiny. I just, we're really small.
Or fun size, if you could think of it that way.
So I guess the long and the short of it is I just like ponies, so that's where that came from. We're going to play a song for you called On a By. I wrote it in Taos back in back in the day, yeah. It's been a while since we've been there now. We live in Asheville now. It's been 4 years. It's a pretty sweet town. This song is called On a By.
You walked in like a child. You moved swift, soft, I lost my place. Your crimson crowd, your smile. I closed my eyes, I touched your face. Stranger, say your name. Stranger, say you're mine. You took my hand through the dark, shut it down with your life. You moved my hips, swift and soft in the light, in the light, the golden light. Dear on a by, 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 dear on a by. Long to stay, but I must go on a bike. Down the tracks and past the country store on a bike. Go to the place that I love most on a bike. North Carolina, Blue Ridge Mountain Road on a bike, dear on a bike, dear on a bike, dear on a bike, dear on a bike. Walking like a child, you move so soft, I lost my place.
Thank you. Isn't this fun?
Thank goodness for public radio, right?
Oh, so this next song is really fun. So I wrote it secretly about Tina many, many years
Not a
ago.
secret anymore.
And I I outed myself, about that during a concert once where I just was like, oh yeah, and this song is about her, and sometimes when you spend a lot of time with somebody, say you're in a committed relationship, say you're married, and the person just says something really, really dumb, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna just think about this, but in your mind you kind of like leave. You're like, I'm just like
Gonna go on a little vacation from this relationship.
just a little vacation. So this song is about vacation fantasies.
Here it is. It's called Far Away.
Far away, far away from you. I long to stay, but I must go away from you. I'll leave you lonely in the morning. I'll leave no trace, I'll leave no warning. When I'm with you, I find about tomorrow, I'll change my mind. When I'm with you, I have to find about tomorrow, I'll change my mind. Don't you know I'll love and break your heart? Don't you know I'll love and break you? Don't you know I'll love and break your heart? Don't you know I'll love and break you? Don't you know I'll love and break your heart?
Believe it or not, we actually had somebody request this for their wedding. I think they were just trying to keep it real.
As they were walking down the aisle.
We were like, are you sure? And we're like, yep, we're sure. And I was like, are you sure? Yes, we're sure. All right. I like you guys.
Far, 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 far away, far away from you. I long to stay, but I must go away from you. Leave you lonely in the morning. Leave no trace, I'll leave no warning. When I'm with you, I find by tomorrow I'll change my mind. When I'm with you, I find by tomorrow I'll change my mind. Don't you know I'll love and break your heart?
Thank you. Thank you.
Tina and her pony. Yeah. And Tina and Ketzel will also be back in the second half of the program. Support for this program that is RadioLive, comes from Peden Air Conditioning, Plumbing and Electrical, a family-operated company serving commercial and residential customers since 1969. From heating and air conditioning to plumbing and electrical projects, Peden offers 24-hour service. Learn more online at peden.com. This lady joining us right now has been on RadioLive a few times. We're always so excited to have Amy Speace back. Yes, we are. Since her discovery in 2006 by Judy Collins, Amy Speace has been heralded as one of the leading voices of the new generation of American folk singers. Her song, The Weight of the World, was named as the #4 best folk song of the last decade by New York City's premier AAA radio station, WFUV, and was recorded by Judy Collins. Amy got her start in New York City as a classically trained actress with the National Shakespeare Company before moving on to the coffee houses of Greenwich Village to follow her passion and be discovered by Ms. Collins. Amy's music has been featured on NPR's All Things Considered and Marketplace, and she's appeared multiple times on Mountain Stage, as well as many folk festivals around the world. Her songs have been recorded by Judy Collins, Red Molly, and others. A gifted prose writer, Amy has published essays in the New York Times, American Songwriter Magazine, the Blue Rock Literary Journal, Pop Matters, and others. Please welcome once again to RadioLive, Amy Speace.
Said the sea to the shore when the evening tide came in. I am here to tell you tales of where I've been. Into shells I whispered my love songs in secret rhyme, and left them at your door for you to find. Tempered the force of my waves when your gods would roar, and took care of the ships full of men that you sent off to war. And I've longed for you for so long, said the sea to the shore. Said the shore to the sea, you left me here too long. I was promised to the moon while you were gone. He waited until the brightest night to demand my hand under his fullest light, and promised he'd always stay and watch over me. Oh, why did you wait till now, said the shore to the sea. Said the sea to the shore, I swore that I'd return. Yes, and here I am with all that I have learned. Yes, I can hold you now with arms of foam and spray, touching you at the coming of dusk and the breaking of day, smoothing out the folds of every stone. Said the sea to the shore, don't leave me here alone. Said the shore to the sea, you said all these things before, and I tell you, I can't hear them anymore. Oh, there was a time once I'd have given in. I'd hear your savage white caps rolling in. Your troughs would come up slow beneath my chin, and your mist would kiss me softly on my skin, leaving the salty trails where you had been, and my legs would give out in your undertow. Oh, but see, there was a long, long time ago. Oh, So the sea took one last look and turned away, and the shore was more than strong enough to stay, and castles melted back unto the sand, driftwood drifted up unto the land, rocks rose up proud and shiny skin, and shells began their gossiping again. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be able to play that song when I'm actually within walking distance of the ocean, so I can go dip my feet in afterwards. I'm so happy to be back here in Florida. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. The Cumberland River is just not the same as the Gulf of Mexico. So I have a new record I'm in the middle of working on, and I thought I'd share a couple of those songs with you. This next song is on this record, and it's a song that I actually stole a lot of the first part, the verse lyrics, from some Facebook posts. It's rich, deep material, what people share, you know. But it's about a place that I was not able to be at, but some people were, and it was just reportage, to be honest. So I feel like I owe it to a couple other people to name them. But I've asked them if they wanted co-write, if they wanted me to call them co-writes on this, and they, one of them very smartly said, "I'd like to hear the song first. And let's see how it does on the charts, and then I'll let you know." But I'm a folk singer, so I don't pretend to think anything's going to get on the charts. Pray in a circle, split the wood, strip the bark for teepee poles, stir the soup and feed the pigs. That's how you keep from the cold. There's razor wire and a concrete fence, surveillance planes and drones, concrete lighting on the ridge, a cold as old as buffalo bones. This water is a wall. Can they even hear the truth that makes the mighty fall? Stand and rock still, stand and hear. We got supplies and shelters built, yurts and borrowed army tents against rubber bullets, concussion grenades, and a stockholder president. Water cannons shoot dirty tricks clean across a sacred lake, but oil leaks and concrete cracks and even promises will break. This water is a wall. Can they even hear the truth that makes the mighty fall? Stand and rock, still stand and hear. soil is barren and the crops are dry, when the sharp-skinned hawk has left her nest, when the black snake is dead and gone, when we've long laid our heads to rest, when the children ask you years from now and they're learning how to sing along, when the cameras left and the signs came down, which side of the water were you on? This water is a wall, and can they even hear the truth that makes the mighty fall? Standing rock, still standing. This water is a wall. Yeah, and in 100 years, that truth that made the mighty fall kept standing rock, still standing here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be on this program with a couple people I know, Webb Wilder and Edie Carey. Edie is an old friend, and I love her music. And two new friends, too. Love those guys. Edie just talked about her journey through motherhood. I want to admit that I am too of the advanced aged motherhood. My son is 11 weeks old, and he's around here. That second song she sang, I almost couldn't come on because I was crying so much. It was so beautiful. But I do want to also say this, like, I had this really amazing experience. I sort of took some time off while I was making this record because I couldn't be on the road while I was pregnant, obviously. And in that time period, it's like extraordinary things happen when you're not trying that hard. I found that to be true in life. And I got a call from somebody who asked me if I would be a cover, like I would be part of a fashion spread for mothers of advanced age, as they like to say. They like to call it geriatric pregnancy. I kind of love that term. For Vogue magazine. And I thought to myself, oh, you got to be kidding me. I got to hit 49 years old and get pregnant to be in Vogue magazine? Yes, ma'am. Put me in that magazine. But it turns out Vogue magazine, as they were putting together the budget for this photo spread, they didn't want to send photographers down to Nashville, and they wouldn't use the one that I knew in Nashville. They're cheap, over at Vogue. And so, easy come, easy go. I thought, well, I was a fashion model for 5 seconds, whatever with that one. 2 days later, I got a call from AARP. They had the money. They sent the photographers. So I just want to let you know, screw Vogue. I was in AARP. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to admit my age because why not? I'm 50 years old and I have a newborn, so I'm stupid and I'm sleep deprived. But I'm also, me, Janet Jackson, and Tammy Duckworth. Go ladies. This is a song that I kind of wrote about the journey to get where I am today, and it's the title track to my newest record that's coming out, in a couple months, I think. And I wrote this song in Aachen, Germany, which is a little town on the verge of Holland and the border of Holland and Germany. And I was told while I was there, you should go see the cathedral. You should go see the cathedral. That's where the bones of Charlemagne are interred. And I've spent the better part of the last 15 years on the road, and I was definitely at that stage of maybe there's something else out there. And so I was staying in this little garret apartment where the tower bells were ringing in my ears, and I just had this love affair with that whole image of Charlemagne, and so I wrote the song. It's called Me and the Ghost of Charlemagne. on the western edge of Germany, where the emperor lived and died. The tower bells cut through the quiet of the early evening sky. And they say his body's buried here, and I could see the bones, but I've had enough of castles. They're just cold and made of stone, and I'm out here on my own, trying to keep this thing on track. And every day I quit this job, by night I take it back. And I just got a few more minutes in this tiny room off stage before it's me and the ghost of Charlemagne. So I'll sneak out through the back after the after party starts. I'll be too tired after 2 sets to be safe near any bar. And all these surface conversations in a language not my own, they remind me how far away I am from any home. Although tonight out there I felt close to the flame, by morning I'll be hauling luggage through the rain. And though it's rental cars and chain motels, cafes with clever names, some nights it's me and the ghost of Charlemagne. And we all want to leave behind a thing that says that we were here before we died. Something more than just a castle in the air. So we You know the moment when the dreamer meets the dream and it's a lie. After years of climbing up, I see it's just the same damn sky. And the clouds the kings have pondered, well, they look a lot like mine. We dream because we know too well we're running out of time, and we're all carpenters hammering at nails, building arcs, chasing after whales, tilting at windmills, hunting the grail. It's these little rhymes and relics, may they live beyond my name, 'cause in the end they're all that will remain of me and the ghost of Charlemagne.
Thank you, Amy. Amy Speace. Amy will also be back with us in the second half of the show, so stay tuned for that. We have a lot more great entertainment coming, including this gentleman who is joining me now on stage. A native of Hattiesburg, Webb Wilder moved to Austin in 1976 with his friend Bobby Field and subsequently formed the band The Beatniks, and that was spelled Beatnecks in 1985. It was there they crafted their signature brand of rock and roll, founded on classic influences from both sides of the pond. The band's debut, It Came from Nashville, was recently named by Paste magazine as one of the 50 best Southern rock albums of all time. Webb's subsequent releases, Hybrid Vigor, Doodad, Town and Country, Acres of Suede, About Time, Born to be Wilder, Live, and More Like Me, have continually maintained a high standard set initially, becoming textbooks for aspiring roots rockers and showing there's a vibrant market for their hybrid brand of rootsy musical gumbo. Guitar Player magazine has called Webb a national treasure, an evangelist for real rock and roll, and as a singer, guitarist, band leader, film actor, songwriter, and humorist, maybe roots rock's only true Renaissance man. Please welcome Mr. Webb Wilder.
Thank you very much. That's a lot to live up to.
Not only that, but Amy can play guitar and piano like some other people, like Jackson Browne and Paul McCartney and Neil Young, and darn it, here I am with nothing but a flat top box. It's great to be here, and thank you all for being here. It's great to be here with these great artists. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm going to do a song I wrote with a legendary songwriter, Mr. Dan Penn. It's quite a privilege to do that with him. It's called Only a Fool. 2, 3. Been a fool for so long over you, with a love so strong this old heart just couldn't see what everybody else knew but me. I've been around enough to know when I've been had, body and soul deep down inside. I feel you walking all over my pride. Only a fool would go on hoping for what can never be. Since you've been gone, I've been hanging around moping foolishly. It cuts deep right to the bone in my heart. I've always known it's you for me. Even if it's a tragedy, only a fool would go on hoping for what can never be. Since you've been gone, I've been hanging around moping foolishly. You're playing with my heart, toying with my feelings, messing up my mind, tearing down my soul. You took me up so high, dropped me from the ceiling, took me for a ride. You think by now I'd know. Only a fool, only a fool. Well, I'm just your fool. I'll be your fool, all right. Only a fool would go on hoping for what can never be. Since you've been gone, I've been hanging around moping foolishly. Only a fool would go on hoping, only a fool like me. Since you've been gone, I've been hanging around moping, hanging around moping, hanging around, hanging around, hanging around. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's from an album called Mississippi Modern, which gave me no end of problems of people trying really hard to pronounce it and never dreaming of pronouncing it that way, I think. Modern, people said that, and modern. I was just hoping for modern. Nobody said modern. I like saying modern. This is from an album called More Like Me. Should have put the finger ease on the guitar. And it's called She's Not Romantic. Tell her how I feel. She just says me too. It's such a raw deal, but what can I do? She's not romantic. It's not her style. Sometimes I panic. She just smiles. Not everyone gets the rainbow, but it's no fun to miss your own show. She's not romantic. It wouldn't do. She might get frantic and come unglued. Over and over, it's old and it's new. Over my shoulder, it's always been you. Don't know how it feels to stand in her shoes. Happy ending must seem like bad news. She's not romantic. It's not her way. Nothing gigantic. What can you say? Tell everyone whatever you want. Maybe she'll change, maybe she won't. She's not romantic. It's just her way. She's not romantic. Maybe someday. Thank you very much. Patrick Sweeney and I started this song, and John Hadley and I finished it, making it a three-way. It's called If It Ain't Broke, Don't Fix It. I'm gonna do this one and one more. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's no joke. Admit it. Well, I got you this far. Stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now you're driving an old car with a junkyard hood, but it's all paid for and it runs real good. Why you wanna trade it? Just where you wanna go. If you find yourself a new one, where you gonna get the dough now? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's no joke. Admit it. Well, I got you this far. Yeah. Stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now listen, don't go to the doctor just just because you don't feel good, he'll get you a prescription for a pill. You only had a symptom, now you got a side effect. You think you feel bad now, just wait. Oh, wait. Wait till you get the bill. Is the life you love to lead. You got a little family with a baby on your knee. Hey, look out, here comes trouble in a short skirt up the street. Forbidden fruit is tempting, but that don't make it sweet. Now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, y'all. That's no joke. Admit it. Hey, it got you this far. Stick with it if it ain't broke. Don't fix it. Hey, yeah, if it ain't broke, woo, don't fix it. Oh, that's no joke. Admit it. Yes, it got you this far. Stick with it if it ain't broke. Don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't you dare repair. Ain't nothing broke round here. Woo! Shut up that toolbox. Ooh, what color is that hood? Look at here, you don't know what you're talking about. A lot of miles left in that thing. Stick with it. You bound to get it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My new album is made up of my oldest recordings. What? It's all previously unreleased stuff. I took these lofty views and thought, this is an archival release. And it is. I mean, the oldest track on it was recorded in '85, the newest in '93, mostly new mixes. But I learned a lesson. I put it out there, you know, to honor those songs, those musicians, and the fans from that era. And now people say, well, this is your new album, right? Well, yeah, kind of, you know, and you don't get to explain. So you got to live with it. And I'm proud of it. I think it's cool, and I kind of rediscovered some of the songs I'd forgotten about. And I'm going to do one for you, and I'm going to get off and let the next artist come on. But it's a thing I wrote with Terry Anderson years ago called New Day. Distance like a freight train coming through, and that lets me know, and that makes me feel like I got to go, got to make it real, got a feeling that there's a new day coming soon. There's a hiss and a crackle in the wire coming down the line. You can dig it through the static, you can hear it through the diesel whine. It's a sonic solution, there's a freedom in the twang. It's a rhythm revolution, it's a happening kind of thing. There's a hiss and a crackle in the wire coming down the line. A new day is coming. Leave the past behind. Old days are over. It don't matter now. Don't matter now. Yeah.
is bigger than you or me. Everybody's gonna sing, everybody's gonna shout, everybody's gonna know what the fuss is all about. And I got to find a way to try and make you see. A new day is coming, leave the past behind. Old days are over, it don't matter now, don't matter now. A new day is coming, leave the past behind. Old days are over, it don't matter now, don't matter now, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Webb. Webb Wilder. And he also will be back with us, because you know what? We're at the halfway point right now. Are you all having a good time? Yeah! Woohoo! Just a reminder, if you're listening to this program tonight and you're not here, you are missing out, and you need to come to the show. Maybe you've never been to Radio Live. We do it the first Thursday of every month right here in the Museum of Commerce. Doors open at 5 o'clock. The show starts at 6. You can get ticket information at radiolive.org. So check it out, and we hope to see you here next month. But right now, just more good stuff, and we're going to continue with our good friend, Edie Carey.
We were just saying backstage that, yes, it's fun to play music by yourself, but it's so much more insanely fun to be with your friends and to hear each other. We usually are at a venue, and then your friend's there the next night, and you leave notes for them, but you never get to see each other. So this makes our hearts feel very full. So thank you for being here with us. It's like a mini festival. It's pretty great. I wrote this song on the journey to having my daughter, and I was waiting for some test results that took about 3 weeks to come. So every time the phone rang, I had a small heart attack. And I'm sure you've all had something like that in your lives many times. And when the news finally came, it was not good, and it was not what I was hoping to hear. But my husband sort of looked at me, and he was like, "You seem good." And I was like, I think it's because when you have your worst fear come true, that's one less fear that you have to have. And that was surprising to me, and I wrote about that. Now the storm has passed, it left broken glass underneath your feet. You step into the light, everything is on fire. It's a strange relief to lose it all to the wrecking ball. It's a bad, bad dream. Oh, but you're free. Everything you have inside a moving van, you just ran up to leave your keys, and now it's all gone. You've been holding on. Maybe now you can breathe. To lose it all to the wrecking ball. It's a bad, bad dream. Oh, but you're free. Oh. To let it go, let fall the stones you carried in your sleeves. Maybe now you'll get some sleep. You're free. You're free. Thank you very much. Something I've done a lot of over the last few years of having tiny children and only being able to tour a couple times a month. I write a lot of commissioned love songs for people. Most of the time I've never met them, or I've met them for 2 minutes after a show. Mostly romantic in nature, maybe for an anniversary or birthday. I just did one, my first posthumous one, for a man whose wife passed away from Parkinson's after 23 years. And I wrote it as a tribute to her for him. And I love doing them, and they terrify me. I've done 35 plus of them. I wrote one this morning in my Airbnb. And this is one I wrote for a couple that met at a white elephant party. Do you all know what this is? In Boston, where I'm from, we call it a bad gift party. I'm sorry, a Yankee swap. On the West Coast, where these guys in the song are from, they call it a bad gift party. And this is their love story. At the bad gift party, you might leave with a velvet Elvis, a plastic rosary. I left that night heart on my sleeve, a little bit giddy, a little bit free. But I led my heart back to her cage, the gilded, delicate one I'd made. When dreams were dangerous, but I felt safe, and I heard a little voice inside me say, you're my, you're my everything. But what if we'd both stayed home that night? Oh, but lucky for us, we both love good wine. And somehow in that bar's low lights, you recognize the woman I'd been inside. You just tapped my shoulder and you changed my life. Now you're my, you're my everything. Besides Thanksgiving Day in Central Park, oh, love, we never really have to go too far. I'll take the dead of night, our couch, our car. Oh, I just wanna be right where you are, 'cause you're my, you're my You're my everything. At the bad gift party you might get neon leg warmers, a Jesus that you wear. Oh honey, you're the best gift I've gotten. Yeah. Well, that and the night you said yes. Yeah, that and the night you said yes. Yeah, that and the night you said yes. Thank you.
Thank you for being such an awesome, warm, and welcoming audience. I feel so lucky to get to be playing here for you. I was a New Yorker for 10 years. I was there on 9/11, and I wanted to write about it, but it felt too big, and so I didn't. And I started writing a song about something very different, and it makes an appearance in this song, but I think the most important part of the message is we all have big things and little things that happen to us that make us grow up a lot in a short period of time. And I think that day, no matter where you were, it did that. And this is Under a Sky. Thank you, guys.
In the shady cool of our TV room, we watch the scary parts through our fingers. It was make-believe, it made for the darkest dreams. When you're 8, they're the kind that linger. I ran outside for some comforts. The sun, it was lying. Nothing bad could ever happen under a sky this blue. Nothing bad could ever happen under a sky this blue. It was my senior spring, he was my mother's offering. A man might make things better. We could predict his mood by what the clouds would do. We befriended the weather. I found my mother on the road, her hands were shaking. The sun, it was lying. Nothing bad could ever happen under a sky this blue. Nothing bad could ever happen under a sky, under a sky. View from my bed, it was gold and red, full of fall in New York City. Facing south, we watched the clouds turn black. The clouds turn black. The clock turned
Thank you so much.
Edie, Carey. You know, I need to remind you folks that are here tonight that all these artists have things for sale over on our merchandise table. Great things. They have their music, they have clothing, and the music, they have CDs, they have genuine LPs, if any of you guys still have turntables. It's great. They're making a comeback, so, you know, you might want to take advantage of all of that. But, yes. And it's very important because, remember, all of these artists that are here tonight, this is how they are making their living, and we need to help them do that in the best way we can, and buying their music is one of those ways, and it also gives you a chance to take a piece of them home with you, and of course, I know you're going to want to do that. Once again, our friends Tina and her pony.
Thank you so much.
I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. Just a country boy, he combed his hair, put on a shirt his mama made, and he went on the air, and he shook it like a chorus girl, and he shook it like a Harlem queen, and he shook it like a midnight rambler, baby, like you never seen, like you never seen, like you never seen. I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. How he took it all and black and white, grabbed his one in the other hand and he held on tight, and he shook it like a hurricane, and he shook it like to make it break, and he shook it like a holy roller, baby, with a soul at stake, with a soul at stake, with a soul at stake. I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. He was all alone in a long decline, thinking how happy John Henry was that he fell down and died, and he shook it and it rained like silver, and he shook it and it shined like gold, and he shook it and it beat that steam drum, baby, well, bless my soul, well, bless my soul. And it shook it and it beat that steam drum, baby, well, bless my soul. What's all wrong with me? I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died. I was thinking that night about Elvis. Day that he died, day that he died.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
We really appreciate all that applause. We got to go to Graceland recently and see Elvis's house. It was something. Y'all been there?
He had shag carpet on his ceiling. I bet he hired people to comb that out, too.
Well, we're going to play a song for you from our latest album, which is called Champion. And the concept of the album is it's an album of love and of grief. And the song Champion is the idea of being a champion for anyone who needs one. So it's good to stand up for your friends, you know, and people who are not your friends yet, but they might be if you stand up for them. So this one is called Back in Your Life. And I wrote it after reconnecting with an ex, and I just was having that feeling where, you know, you let go of someone in your life, and you know that you have to let them go, but it's just a shame because, you know, they know everything about you. They know your parents. They remember your birthday, and it's like, crap. We can't work this out? No, okay. We'll move on.
Yeah, sometimes I just miss my ex's parents. And I'm like, I can't go over for cookies and milk anymore. Like, oh. Yeah. So, yeah, this song is about that.
Please let me back in your life. It feels so good to hear about your wife. I don't care if I cannot be with you. I just want us to be something. So I know it wasn't all for nothing. Thank you for the opportunity to heal this rift between you and me. Even if we never speak again, at least we have peace within, and that's something.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So we do come from the Appalachian Mountains, which is pretty fun. So we're going to play for you a traditional song from around there. Since we can, let's do it. This one's called Walking in My Sleep. So goes out to all you sleepwalkers out there. I know there's probably a few of you. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty scary, but pretty cool.
When you wake up in your yard and you have no idea how you got there.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
This one's for you.
So this is an old fiddle tune that we rearranged for ukulele and cello. Here it is, Walking in My Sleep.
If you see the gal on my tell her if you please. When she goes to bake her bread, roll up them dirty sleeves. Walking in my sleep, babe, walking in my sleep. Every time I go to bed, I'm right up on my feet. Baking biscuits, baby, bacon good and brown. When I eat my breakfast, I'm Alabama bound. Walking in my sleep, babe, walking in my sleep. Every time I go to bed, I'm right up on my feet. You're the Cayman gal of mine, how you think I know? Know about golden curl hangs down so low. Walking in my sleep, babe, walking in my sleep. Every time I go to bed, I'm right up on my feet. Pain in my finger, pain in my toe, pain in my ankle bone, ain't gonna work no more. Walking in my sleep, babe, walking in my sleep, walking in my sleep, babe, walking in my sleep.
Y'all are so kind, thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tetzel. Tina and her pony. Yeah. Woo. All right. This is Radio Live, coming to you live tonight from the Museum of Commerce in the historic Pensacola Village. Support for Radio Live comes from the Historic Pensacola Trust, by the way, curators of this beautiful museum and many other historic and cultural properties in downtown Pensacola. Check them out online at historicpensacola.org. Still having a good time? You bet. How could you not? And I'm so excited. Amy is back at the piano again. So glad that we could have that piano tuned for her tonight so she could play it. Once again, Amy Speace.
No one could tell my little hell, I kept it inside. Wrestled with doubt
Next day I'd count the bottles of wine. When the phone rings, don't do a thing, don't wanna talk, don't wanna hear who I am, don't wanna hear who I'm not. And I let you get to me. It felt like the end of the world, and I let this level me. And I didn't know I was that kind of girl. And I always thought I had a heart made out of bone, but splintered to glass when I couldn't ask as you leave to go. Why would you open a door you could never walk through? Yeah, why lay the cards on the table when I couldn't choose? And I let you get to me. It felt like the end of the world, and I let this level me. And I didn't know I was that kind of girl who'd let love take her down. Girl who'd wade into a lake with stones tied to her gown. And I let you get to me. It felt like the end of the world, and I let this level me. And I've never done that before. Stand there wide-eyed with my hands by my side till I couldn't deny. And I was down on my knees, but maybe I needed to see that I was that kind of girl. Yeah, that kind of girl. Thank you so much. That song is called That Kind of Girl, and it's the title track to my most recent CD that is out. It's actually, that's one of the most personal songs I've ever written, and it's actually a story of my journey to getting whole. A lot of people probably can relate to that. I think sometimes it takes something that puts you down to the lowest you can get down to the bottom of the ground, and then you look up and you realize what's important in life. For me, it was about putting down bad relationships and way too many bottles of wine. And so I decided that I'd write about it because that sort of got me to the next place. And I'm really proud of all those really, really bad late nights. And to be honest, they make for good songwriting, so what the heck, you know what I'm saying? And similarly, like I stand here and I feel really proud of the journey it took for me to become a mother and to find a healthy relationship where I have some integrity in it. But I really do appreciate all those jerks that I dated and all the lies that I told. Make for good songs, you know what I'm saying? This is not about a jerk that I dated, but I'm sure it's about somebody that I lusted after at some festival. So there were a lot of them. I'm really glad and grateful that I had good friends who held me back and just put wine in my hand, so it's better to be drunk than wake up in a tent and go, how did I get here? Well, I don't know, maybe that happened too, I'm not sure. Of course, my husband just walked out with my son, who just heard that story, so. This is a lust song. It's too late to call it a night. All this time I've been lost in your eyes. Why don't you stay? We can finish the wine and tequila and bourbon. Honey, it's too late to call it a night. Is it just me and you? When did everyone leave? Look at us like we knew. How good this could be. My oh my, would you look at the time? Honey, it's too late to call it a night. Now is there light in the sky, a sun coming up? Could it be? Do you believe we could be falling in love? Yeah, my, oh my, would you look at the time? Oh, honey, it's too late to call it a night. Sugar, it's too late to call it a night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Man, I appreciate public radio. That is just where I like to live, on the very far left side of the dial. That is home for me. Thank y'all so much. I thought I'd end out my set with a good old Irish funeral song to leave us all happy. I wrote this next song with my good friend Ben Glover, who's a fantastic songwriter living in Nashville, but he's originally from Belfast, Ireland. We got together in my house in Nashville to write the morning after Pete Seeger passed to the next plane, and neither one of us had the pleasure of meeting Pete, so we thought we'd sing him into the next world. And I've had the fortune of being able to sing a few of my friends off into the world with this song. Most recently, sadly, Jimmy LaFave, who I loved very much and who helped me out when I was young and starting out. So I'm sending this out I'm going to send this out to a lot of people in my heart. But this is called Hymn for the Crossing. Thanks so much. Don't need a golden box for my bones. Don't need you weeping and wailing. And don't need my name carved into stone. Just sing me a hymn for the crossing. Don't speak of nights darkened by regret. Don't speak of today's light fading. Don't speak at all. Just sit here by my bed and sing me a hymn for the crossing. The many miles we have roamed, each one a mark upon our bones. But in the end we leave alone. Until then, just sing me home. So don't fight the tears, the sorrow of the sea. Don't be afraid of it raging. Don't fight the waves, let them rock you off to sleep while you sing me a hymn for the crossing. The many miles we have roamed, each one a mark upon our bones. But in the end we leave alone. Until then, just sing me home. So farewell, my friends, although I'd love to stay. Can't keep the old man waiting. 'Cause when he calls for you, yeah, I'll be at the gates to sing you a hymn for the crossing. I'll sing you a hymn for the crossing. I will sing you a hymn for the crossing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. Amy Speace. All right. This is like a love fest tonight, isn't it? It is. It really is. We're going to wrap things up tonight with our buddy, Mr. Webb Wilder. I told him, I said, I saved him for last because I wanted to go out with power. And so really see I'm setting him up now. You know, he's going to have to live up to this now, but I know he will. Welcome once again, Mr. Webb Wilder.
Thank you.
I don't know why I always tell this story because this song really doesn't sound like "I Need You" by the Beatles, but I think it was somehow this lick at the introduction reminds me of the thing in the Beatles song. I think the first live band I ever saw played that song, and so this is like dementia, right? Who's that guy that's saying all that stuff that doesn't make any sense? Anyway, it's a song I wrote called "Come Around." None of baby's friends can figure out what she wants. Guess it's just depends on the benefits and the cost. She won't come around. She won't come around. Now she's on the phone, another one ringing down the hall, all alone. That's the way she likes it, y'all. She won't come around. She won't come around for me. it from there to her heart. She left it behind. She don't finish what she starts. She won't come around. She won't come around. She won't come around for me.
Thank you.
I blame everything on Roy Rogers. And I actually got to meet him. Prince Charles told me never to drop names, but I actually got to meet Roy Rogers, you know, and I said, I swear, I said, this is a true story. I said, if it hadn't been for you, my parents could have saved a lot of money on the hat, the horse, the guitar. And he goes, well, you know, it's funny, I heard these old boys talking one time and heard one of them say, you know, I always loved Roy Rogers, but I hated Dale Evans. And of course, I had to interrupt them and say, what'd you say that for? And they said, well, we'd play make-believe and my brother'd call you and I'd have to be Dale. He was like 80-something years old and still sang in tune. Having said all that, you know, horses are afraid of two things that move and things that don't. I wrote this song many years ago. I owned horses at the time. I was all excited about exploring the trivia with the history of cowboyography, you know, and the different regional ways of doing it, the Great Basin buckaroos and the, you know, the vaqueros and California and the you know, the tie hard and fast ropers in Texas. And I used all these terminologies and I realized that the plot of this song had already been written in a cowboy classic called Little Joe the Wrangler. I mean, it's about a kid that gets killed in a stampede, right? But I just window dressed mine a little different. And but what really was the inspiration was in my research of all that stuff, I found out there was a little expression used in some part of the West to describe something we've all seen when you see a movie or a TV show, a cowboy kind of show. There'll often be a saddled up, tacked up horse running back to the fort or ranch with no rider, right? Picture tells 1,000 words. It doesn't look good for whoever's supposed to be in that saddle. Cowboys are very dry, so apparently in some part of the West, when they would see such a steed headed back to its base of operations, they might say, he's carrying the news to Mary. Wow. Blew my mind. So I wrote this song. The Nighthawk said he seen the damnedest thing. It was the little blue roan out of Billy's string with his centerfire rig, McCarty reins, carrying the news to Mary. Thunder on the bed ground, Cavy got spooked. Bull calf moan, that's when the lid blew. By morning I can tell you there were more than a few carrying the news to Mary. A prairie dog hole takes upon his leg. Buckaroo takes a fall and it claims his fate. The wild bovine grind his bones to dust. His 6-shooter lay on the prairie to rust. Got to play your hand, win, lose, or draw. Got to take a look, see to know what you saw. Rider his horse against a half-lit sky. Is a sobering sight when the wind is high. The Nighthawk said he seen the dangest thing. It was the little blue roan out of Billy's string with the centerfire rig, McCarty reins, carrying the news to Mary. A widow woman weeping, asking everyone why.
punches at a loss for words, tears in their eyes. Old Blue standing there pawing at the ground. Windmill groaning is the only other sound. Man saddles up, starts making tracks. There ain't a way of knowing if he's coming back. Hey, the night on set, see the dang thing was a little blue road on a beauty string with a center fiery McCarty rays, carrying the news to Mary, carrying the news to Mary, carrying the news to Mary, carrying the news.
Thank you very much.
Now go check out Little Joe the Wrangler, and you'll see how you can tell the same story much more economically. I better leave you with this one. It's been a pleasure being here with you wonderful people. And I never joined a circus, but my life has been a bit of a sideshow. This is a circus song.
Saw the ad in the paper, said the hell with it all. Took a gig with the circus as the human cannonball. It didn't take long to learn my trade. Very first show, man, I blew the folks away. Now the job's a little risky, I'm my own boss. I got to tell you now, it really gets me off. I live in a tent with the world's strongest man. When I met the mother light that broke my head. My baby, she's the lady in the high wire rack. When I feel intense, she walks on my back. Now the pay's okay, the benefits are great. I get to shoot the bull with the world's smartest ape. I'm the human cannonball. I'm the human cannonball, oh, y'all. I'm a hot shot, I'm a cool breeze. Underneath the big top, I'm the big cheese. I lay it on the line, let it all hang. When I go, least I know I'll go with a bang. Reckon I'm living every kid's dream. It's a buzz, it's a gas, it's a real scream. I'm the human cannonball. I'm a human cannonball, oh, y'all. All right, folks, just to make yourselves at home, now have a snow cone. Enjoy the show. They put me on the cover of the USA Today. Show the world what the human cannonball got to say. On the Carson Show, said HC, what you do, you got to be right out of your tree. It's a little risky, I'm my own boss. I got to tell you, John, it really gets me off. I'm the human cannonball. Well, I'm the human cannonball, oh, y'all. Woo! I'm the human cannonball. Well, I'm the human cannonball, oh, y'all.
Thank you, Webb. Webb Wilder. Well, all good things must come to an end, and this is almost the end. I need to remind you that Radio Live is a production of WUWF Public Media at the University of West Florida. Our technical director and broadcast mix master is Mr. Dale Regal. Our house sound is engineered by Tom Skinner. Our videographers are Teresa Clark, Corbin McCoy, and Chuck Dunlap. Our video director is Quentin Williams. We had production assistance tonight from Jillian Todd, Timmy Mrakchek, and Alan Westercom. Our house managers are Trish Allison, and for her final performance, Lindsay Myers. Our stage manager is everybody's favorite Jewish mother, Enid Siskin. This is Pat Crawford reminding you to keep your mind on your driving, your heart on the coast, and your dial on public radio. Good night. Safe driving.